This FA Cup 5th round picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states and you get $20 free with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is March the 6th, Friday, definitely. We are here to have a look around to frankly chaotic midweek of Premier League football. Before we get stuck into I'm going to be honest, I was mildly uninspired by this FA Cup card, but there's games to be played, which means there's winners to be had. Joining me as we unlock a new time, Barry, another achievement unlocked midday on a Friday, is Mr. Barry Penaluna. All right, Baz, how are you?
I'm very good, yeah. Unlocked a new time, you're right. Last night, I unlocked a new gig and a new venue and a new band. That was good. I had a good night last night. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay, very good.
It's a bit of a strange one. This, you were working last night. I was gigging last night. Wednesday night, we were both at the football, so that wasn't possible. So here we are on a Friday lunchtime. I am currently working. On my lunch, this is my lunch break. So
yeah,
there we go. Somebody has kindly just put in a meeting with me at 1 p.m. I'm fairly confident it's not that important that I can't push that back 15 minutes. So we should be able to handicap all these games before I attend that.
Yeah, we'd be all right. We'll just have to keep the eye catchers to a minimum. But there is quite a lot of stuff caught the eye this week, Buzz. You know, I'm a little bit sleepy. I was in Workington last night. You just told me that you keep getting my Gmail notifications on your phone, which is so now you know exactly where I am. It's a bit unsettling, Buzz.
Yeah,
it's a bit Big Brother. You were like, were you in Workington last night? I was like, yes. How do you know?
So I logged in and got Mal's Google Wallet the other week in order to use his season tickets. And ever since, I get every email, every calendar update. So if Malcolm's up to no good, I'll know about it.
Yeah, and almost certainly will report back as well. I was at the nuclear energy dinner dance last night, Baz. Oh, there's a lot of nuclear energy goes on up that coast. You know, the northeast. Yeah. The northeast Cumbrian coast, Sellafields up there, isn't it?
Northwest.
Yeah. It was North Cumbria. Sellafield, they had a mini Chernobyl, didn't they? If you remember, Americans won't remember Sellafield, but they'll remember Chernobyl. Sellafield had a mini Chernobyl a few years. I think they built all the nuclear submarines up there anyway and stuff like that. Apparently, Barry, they're looking for dynamic individuals to join the sector. So I put my name down. See what comes of that.
There's no dynamism about you, like.
Not too late for a career change, Barry. I tell you what, though, good pens. I nicked loads of these fucking writers, Baz. Have a look at that. Nuclear pen, that is. So I've made some notes with my new nuclear pen. I nicked some tea bags and I nicked a handful of stones out of a plant pot, which you've got in mind. So I did all right.
That's the second time you've told me you've been stealing stones.
Mate, I'm a regular offender for the stone theft. It's a really slow, backwards Shawshank Redemption type thing where I'm just stealing stones and putting them in my garden. It was quite a dry event at Barry, the nuclear energy dinner dance. It wasn't the wildest. It wasn't the hacienda. But anyway, I got back at 2 a.m. I'm a little bit sleepy. I picked up a spare commentary for 5:30 tonight. Who's listening?
5:30 this morning.
No. It's 5:30 tea time. Who's listening, Barry, to Arminia Bielefeld live commentary? It's the German second division. It's not even the Bundesliga. Bundesliga 2. So if anyone's got nothing to do on the way home later on, get stuck into. I'll definitely be having a bet on that out of our pot, by the way, Barry. So I'll give you prior warning of that. Once I've done my homework, I'll make me picks on Armenia. They're away to Schalke. So that's what that is. Right then. Lee Smith is here. There's loads of people who are supposed to be doing work and they're not. Smudger's here. Connor Max at work, also having a poo. Chelsea. Harry's in. Who else is here? Joe Dollar. Do you ever sleep, Joe? 24 hours a day. Joe's just ready to join in any SGP and chat. He's also taking baseball's coming home, Baz. I don't know if you know this. Team GB, this is for all our UK followers. Team GB play the first game of the World Baseball Classic, the World Cup of Baseball. 6 o'clock tonight, we take on Mexico. There's a watch party going on down at Broadway West, the Newcastle Night Talks. Joe's taking Mexico to Winton Hill. There'll be some runs in that, I'm telling you now. They haven't got much pitching depth, Team GB, but they can put back the ball. There'll be some offence, so we'll take the over. Brian McDonald, he was asking about the baseball, actually. And I think that's everyone for now.
You won't be surprised to know, Malcolm. I wasn't aware of that.
That baseball's coming home?
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
I'm going to see if I can... Well, now you're talking about it, I'm going to see if I can find the line. Baseball.
My head, that. I'll tell you about my night last night. You're more than you're tired. I've spent literally about 30 minutes of the last 48 hours. I've spent about 30 minutes at home. So as you know, I drove up Wednesday night. I basically got a ticket on Wednesday afternoon while still in Nottinghamshire. Drove up Wednesday night at about 4 o'clock. Got into Newcastle at 7. Met you, had a pint, went to the match, had a bloody good time. And then had to work. So I worked from Newcastle yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, in the car, 3-hour drive home. I literally had 30 minutes in the house and then straight back down out in the road, out to Birmingham for a gig last night. So I got home at about midnight last night. But busy few days. Fuck me. I think I found my new favourite band, Malcolm.
Me? You told me. You told me, but I can't remember on Wednesday.
Band called Keo, Keo. Really good. Great atmosphere. Like, it's funny, they haven't got much stuff on Spotify and stuff yet. A lot of it's unreleased. Some good stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. But really good atmosphere. They seem to have a bit of a cult following because despite the fact half the music's not online, everybody knew it all except me. But it was one of them where I'd only listened to them about a week ago. Chloe really wanted to go. Listened to them a few bits and thought, it's all right. I wasn't that sure. But then live, they were just an absolute triumph. Like, it was brilliant. So it was one of them, despite not knowing the music very well, I came away thinking, I really enjoyed that. And I'm now scrapping around trying to find tickets to go and watch them again tonight in Leeds. But I'm struggling. So probably won't happen.
Are we allowed to talk in the lifestyle section about Chloe meeting boys at these events, Barry?
Yeah, that didn't happen actually.
Did it not? Did you put your finger down? Did you go booling it, all protective dad, start hugging fists about that?
No, someone's went on. I think that's fizzled out. But I took her and a friend.
It's fizzled out already since Wednesday. Jesus Christ, things happen quickly, don't they?
I don't ask these things, but anyway, I took Chloe and a friend. I stayed on the outskirts, and Chloe and her friend just went straight in the middle. And by the time they come out, they said they had a lovely time. They'd met loads of friends. So I think they met lots of new boys last night. But everyone had a lovely time. That's the
new boys. Oh, man. The one thing I would have changed from when I was like a teenage boy was realise just how desperate teenage girls are to meet teenage boys. Because at the time, you're absolutely terrified of going in the same postcode as another teenage girl. But now it turns out that they're just as fucking horny as us. Like, and I wish I knew that at the time, but I didn't, because it would have been hanging off. But anyway, not to worry. That's the end of that.
So, one last thing on that. So, Chloe came out saying she'd had a great time, said she'd made some gig friends. I said, I've made a gig friend as well. She went, how old was your gig friend? I said, it was probably about my age. Basically, me and this guy connected because I looked over his shoulder and he was laughing his tits off at the Spurs score. So I sort of tapped into that. I was like, I think it was 1-1 at the time, and then the red card and all of this. And then I tapped on the shoulder, went 2-1 Palace, and then 3-1 Palace. And then we just started talking. He was a Villa fan, and we had a bit crack about that. So yeah, we connected over a joint desire to see Spurs fucking get beat last night. So it was good.
Tell you what, in 2026, Barry, there's not many things that'll bring the community together as a whole, bring the nation together. But getting relegated has fucking done it like Spurs. That's right up there. There's not a single person who's like, oh, I hope Spurs stay up, apart from Spurs fans. And I don't even think they're that bothered. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's absolutely United. United the country. Let me read out what the next bit of this says. March is here. That's true. SGPN is giving away 25 grand into Survivor Madness. Winner take all, one person will take home $25,000 guaranteed. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. If you're new to Splash, the promo code is SGPN even. Play $5, get 50 in bonus entries. I did try to enter that, like I said, after the show last time, and we weren't allowed. So, you know, if any of our US or Canadian listeners win, you have to share it with us, because we all wanted to play, but we're not allowed. Picks. No, hang on. Intro, sorry. Yeah, it wasn't eye-catching week, as I said at the top. You moving your mouse around, Baz, get that done. Reports coming in that sales of Spider-Man pyjamas are at an all-time low, which is disappointing for the makers of them. I fucking loved that on Wednesday. It won't surprise anybody. I know Barry did as well. Fucking hell. Backs to the wall. Man United. Newcastle not in great form. The reverse mush worked. We were the better team with 11. We were the better team with 10. And then you're sitting waiting for the inevitable awful thing to happen.
Yeah.
When Xerxes pings that towards the top corner or Lenny Euro over. And then something that's never happened ever. We scored an absolutely miraculous 93rd minute winner. What a fucking goal. What a feeling. It's absolutely, it was unbelievable. Fuck it, I'm still on cloud nine.
I did think today, when I was thinking back about the midweek fixtures, you talk quite often about evil triumphing over good, and there was a lot more of the reverse this week. Good triumphed over evil for a change.
Half and half, Baz.
Yeah, but there was a mixed bag, because obviously, you know, Sunderland come through, Arsenal came through, but, you know, Liverpool getting beat off Wolves, Newcastle beating Man United, all of that sort of stuff, Spurs getting beat. So there was plenty. There was a bit more for us this week, wasn't there?
I mean, Newcastle with 10 men who've had that incredible fixture list, knackered, injured, against an 11-man Manchester United, all fully rested with a gazillion-pound front half of the pitch. And we completely and utterly outplayed them. And then at 10:05, went and scored that winning goal. It was fucking magnificent.
I got a ticket in the afternoon. I happened to be at work in the office, and I don't even know why I was on the Newcastle website, because I didn't go on thinking, I'm going to see if I can get a ticket tonight. But I went on the Newcastle website, I clicked on the ticket link, and there was just a ticket sat there. So I thought, what do I do? 60 quid, plus another 60 quid in fuel. We're playing shit. Do I really want to do this? And I sat and deliberated. I had it in my basket. I had a 10-minute clock ticking down. And I thought, do I, don't I? And in the end, I just thought, well, it could. If it's amazing, I'm going to regret not doing it. That's unlikely. But anyway, I decided to go. And even when I was driving up, I was thinking, what am I doing here? Like, 3-hour drive back. What am I thinking? And then I get to the ground and I'm just thinking, just don't be shit. Like, and as the game went on, I was expecting us to lose in the end. But I was sat there thinking, well, actually, it hasn't been shit. Even if we get beat here, it hasn't been shit. We've had something to shout about. We've had there was a bit of needle in the game. There was a bit of, perceived injustice and all of this. So I was just thinking, if I can go away with 1-1, I'm happy. And then to finish it off like it did, I just come out absolutely buzzing, delighted with my decision to make a last-minute trip up. So I was buzzing. And again, it was made. I was sat next to two decent blokes, like with similar views on life and football as me, because you can sit in a football ground next to some right knobheads, can't you? And that can really change your experience. There was two good blokes, and we were just shouting and screaming about the same things and moaning about the same stuff. So that was good. Really good night.
There's a young lad sat behind me, and obviously we sat there a long time now. So when I first started sitting there, he was probably 10 or 11. Well, now he's like 18, and he's obviously grown up a little bit, and he still goes with his granddad. But it was the game before Christmas. He was going out with his football team straight after, and he was saying they were doing the 12 pubs of Christmas. And he's a bit showy off it. And you can always tell when he's had 2 or 3 pints, which is fine. We were all the same when we were a bit younger. But he was telling his granddad he was going to have 12 pints. But his granddad just wouldn't. He said, there's no way you're going to have 12 pints. And I thought, there's no way this kid can have 12. But he talks a lot of shit. But on Wednesday night, he said to his granddad, he said, "Ready, red card was 50-1, in this game. I knew I should have backed it." And I thought it wasn't, was it? It was 100-30, maybe, 7-2. He talks a lot of shit, but he's 18 and full of beer. So I let him off a little bit. The thing that made me laugh, I sent the picture. I don't know if many of our readers have seen it. The tweet from Manchester United on the 8th of November, 2014, which is from the official Manchester United account. And there's some pictures here of a little schoolboys event at Old Trafford. And it says, "Congratulations to 11-year-old William Asula from Denmark, winner of today's Manchester United Soccer Schools World Skills Final." And there's a photo of him there getting his trophy off Gary Pallister in the photo. I mean, that's absolutely astonishing. 8th of November 2014 is an 11-year-old boy, and then fucking marauds up the right-hand wing. 2 step overs and bends that into the bottom corner. It was magnificent. I made a slightly foolish decision when I got in of necking half a litre of tiramisu flavoured Baileys. It was all I could find. And I wanted to celebrate. I think it was on the turn, Baz, because I was very loose on Thursday morning as a result of the half litre of tiramisu. Do they have Baileys in America? Canada, people? Joe, if you're there? Irish cream liqueur type thing. It doesn't feel like the sort of thing American people would drink. They don't like any dairy, do they? It has to be pasteurised to death. They're not allowed to take any risks in terms of that. What else? Oh, I've got the tit list out, Barry. I've fucking got it out. Because, well, I've got 2 suggestions. They're obviously both Manchester United related. And it's Bruno Fernandes and it's Harry Maguire. Now, has Bruno Fernandes never been on the tit list? Because that feels like an oversight, like. It's incredible if he hasn't. He's fucking unbearable. Now, it's partly his face, and that's not his fault. He can't help what he looks like. However, that face doesn't lend itself to his behaviour, because the 2 things combined are absolutely unbearable. He was, oh, fuck me. And he's not the only one, I get it. He was a twat the other night, non-stop. Just give him a whistle. Give the bloke a whistle for his birthday. Let him referee the game. And then Harry Maguire, on the back of pretending he'd got kicked in the head on Saturday, to charge him 40 yards to get Jacob Ramsey sent off. When the referee, by the way, had given a goal kick. I've watched it back 100 times. The referee just gives a goal kick. I don't know. Where has he decided that whatever Jacob Ramsey's done means he shouldn't be allowed to participate in the rest of that football match? Because that's a big decision. And he fucking guessed, made it up, and he was wrong. I don't know. It's a little bit, it might be an emotional play, Barry, trying to put one of these 2 on the tit list.
Maguire would go ahead of me. I mean, Bruno Fernandes was just Bruno Fernandes. Maguire just, he's a fucking win. He's constantly whinging his tits off. And he gets away with it more than anyone else. You're only supposed to have the captain speaking to the refs these days. So Bruno essentially is allowed to moan his tits off every time. But Harry Maguire is the most vocal of the lot of them, and he's a proper bellend.
Do you want to put one of them 2 on?
Stick Harry Maguire on, just because that thing with his claiming to have a head injury last week was just totally ridiculous. And I'm sure, did he go down like a fucking sack of shit a couple of times as well the other day?
I can't remember.
Was it him who was? No, yes.
I've removed Arne Slot from number 6 because I can't remember what he's doing there again. He's the most recent addition. So when it's not a really egregious affair, this is like a totting up procedure under Harry Maguire. It's last in, first out. So Slot was in, Slot's back out, Maguire's in, which makes it Goldbridge, Owen Ferdinand, Arteta, Infantino, and Maguire as it stands. Yeah, Harry Maguire can go on the
There's a lot of Manchester United in there now.
Is there?
It's Manchester United heavy. Goldbridge,
2,
Ferdinand,
3, 4 out of 6. Oh shit, yeah. 1 Arsenal and 1 international.
Maguire might be a short stay there. We'll find someone else.
Someone will get there this weekend.
I'll tell you who could have done. Mickey van der Ven. because we've talked about how he's down tools.
Giving up.
And then he goes and gets himself a 3-match ban, so he literally can't down tools.
Is that 3 match? Just a 1 match, innit?
I didn't even see. Someone told me he's got a 3-match ban, but that may be wrong. What was the offence?
It was exactly the same as the Crystal Palace Man United penalty in the weekend.
Was it?
Exactly the same, yeah. So there you
would
go.
expect it to only be a 1 card then, wouldn't
it? Kalshi is the real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Loads of trading options for your favourite sports. Kalshi's got combos. You can combine 2 or more predictions to increase your payouts. New Kalshi customers get $20. They use the promo code SGPN. KALSHI, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm has been on a heater for college and NBA picks. Really easy to sign up, run the predictions off the house model, or make your own plays with the sliders. If you're looking to go premium, the promo code is SGPN25. Download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use the promo code SGPN25. Picks-wise, I finished a little bit juiced out. 3-6-1. Palace as a dog was the play, 2-1. Bournemouth Brentford, I took the under. I stuck to me guns, didn't I? 0-0. Chelsea team total. The push on Liverpool. The mush worked on Manchester United, locked up the Man U team total, so that was good. But yeah, finished a little bit behind. It was slightly unfortunate spots. Fulham let me down against West Ham, but I know you took West Ham in that one. So yeah, nothing disastrous. Finished about 0.8 units behind a little bit, Baz.
Yeah, mixed bag for me. I can't even think. I mean, I took Bournemouth team total. That was a 0-0, wasn't it? So that wasn't great. Everton scored 2 or more. That was a winner. Yes.
Was?
I can't even remember what my other wins were now. I took the unders in the Villa-Chelsea game, and I think we were in the pub, and it was maybe 1-0 after 40 minutes or something. It looked all right, and then that unravelled pretty quickly. So yeah, I can't even remember. I'm sure I had 3 winners. Newcastle. I had Newcastle, Man United, both teams to score in over 2.5, and Crystal Palace to score 2 or more last night, 6-4. So actually, all the winners nice. were decent prices. To be fair, 11-10 for the goals in the Newcastle game. That seems big now, although it did win in the 93rd minute. But yeah, 6-4 pass. And I did put up West Ham as my dog you just mentioned as well. So West Ham were around about 5-2 maybe as a dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all right in the end.
Also, no one cares. Do you know what I mean? It was fun. Terence O'Neill has joined us. Is that a new name? All right, Terence. I don't know if you go by Terry. That was a bit fucking familiar of me. Sorry. Anyway, you're very welcome, mate. Eye catchers. Have a little look around, Baz. We'll go by just a few games. Brighton v Arsenal. And I didn't want to mention the game at all because what's the fucking point? We all know what happened, how it happened, why it happened. But I did want to call out Fabian Hürzeler because he went on a right old rant, didn't he? He really went in on them, which is much more than you see any manager do. They're normally pretty diplomatic. But he was the opposite. He absolutely went in on them. Now, we hate Arsenal as much as any sane thinking person in the world. However, fucking Newcastle Brighton up here last season in the Cup, when Tony Gordon got sent off that day, his team were the cheatiest, time-wastiest, fucking moaniest, cynical gamesmanship team you've ever seen. So he's talking out of his arse. I would have absolutely fucking loved it if someone called an Arteta out. But fuck me, I'm not defending Arsenal at all. I just don't get what he's lying. He's absolutely upset. He's taken umbrage with something that fucking hits. That day was absolutely dreadful. And I thought, what the fuck are you on about? It was absolutely pathetic. That's a poor effort from him. Loved him having a go. But they were fucking vile up here. Van Hecker was awful. Belieber. Trying to think who else was a bell end. There were fucking loads of them.
Every team will do it in a situation where they're 1 goal up and they're hanging on. They all do it. Some teams do it to a greater extent. I read something after a stat yesterday that Arsenal used a combined 31 minutes in that game.
Yep.
for restarts, so for corners, set pieces. Just Arsenal. So I think people don't normally see the balls in play 60 minutes or something like that. Just Arsenal had 30 minutes where they had the ball. And I don't know how that compares with what the average is across 30 minutes for one team. Taking time on set pieces is a long, long time. But unfortunately, it's where the Premier League is at the moment. I said last week, it's not just an Arsenal thing. And yeah, I think Herzl made a bit of a mug of himself, really.
I said on Sunday night, the one thing I don't want to happen is this to lead to a whole fucking raft of new rule changes. And on Monday, on the socials, every post was like, let's do this. Every throw in 8 seconds. A corner gets 14 seconds. If the goalkeeper hasn't got the ball in his left hand after 16 seconds, it's a fucking £10 fine. And he has to. It's fucking hell. It was unbearable. We'll have daylight here. We'll stop the clock for this. If the left back farts, the captain's got to go off and wipe his arse. It was fucking unbearable. Like, fuck off. Just fucking fuck off with the whole thing. Do it properly, referee. So moving on from that, Villa v Chelsea. What was that fucking huddle all about? Have you seen this? Oh, no. Barry, mate, you can't go on with the rest of your life until you've seen this. So Chelsea equalise. Chelsea equalise.
Who huddled? What am I searching here?
Just put Chelsea huddle or something.
Chelsea. Yeah.
So they equalise to get the ball out the goal, put the ball back on the spot, and then go into a big huddle around the ball in the centre circle.
Is this a Rosinia thing?
Fuck knows. So the two Villa players, it's Onana and someone else, are stood right trying to kick off, and they've circled the ball. Have you got it? He's got it. Look at Barry's little face.
I'm looking at a video of Rosinia being asked, what was that all about? And he says it comes from unity. That comes from the players. It doesn't come from me. And as their manager, it makes me really proud.
But the offence that people get booked for is delaying the restart. So they've put the ball on the spot, then made a big circle around the ball. And that's a fucking 5-minute chat. It was
apparently Rosinia says they were showing unity and togetherness. Why did they have to do it round the centre spot?
It's not up to them to do that at that point.
They should have
delaying the restart.
They should have booked every single one of them.
Correct. For delaying the restart. Oh no, I just saw if they'd done that with Joe Linton in the vicinity, there's no fucking way he wouldn't have bulled into the middle of that huddle, knocked them all over like bowling pins and kicked off.
That's it. Was absolutely He's incredible. Told them to do that. That's pre-planned, isn't it? That doesn't just happen on the fly.
Connor asked us if we wanted to talk about the demise of Villa. I don't know. There's too much to say. They've missed the midfielders, haven't they? I don't know if they've got tired. I don't know what's happened. I know Joe repeatedly points out they were overperforming almost on the XG and the stats, and Joe might have had a good point there as well. But they've just, I don't know. Short answer is I don't know is what's happened with Villa Pass.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to comment on that?
If I end the sentence with Baz, that's like it means I'm throwing it over to you. Do you know what I mean? That's one of the things that keeps the momentum and the flow of the show going. Baz, it's episode 354. Don't worry about that though.
Thing is, obviously, this league has just got ridiculous. And I heard an Arsenal fan come on the radio yesterday and talk about it because they were talking about how it was hard work against Brighton. And he says, to be honest, we're winning games every week, but it's hard work every week. And he says, it's valid. Every team is hard to beat in certain situations. Wolves made themselves hard to beat against Liverpool. Man City couldn't beat Forest. But it's not just the odd game here and there. It's happening week in, week out. You look at that last man standing competition. We had a few weeks ago, 120 entries went out in week one. Not one person could pick a winner. This week, it was week one, new competition this week, 105 people. There's 22 people have gone through. 80 odd people went out this week in the last one. You've got 2 entries through, by the way. The league has got really hard. It doesn't mean everyone's got better in terms of the top end, but I think everybody else is capable of just turning up on a day. So you look at Villa, who have been in shocking form, but where are they in the table? They're still sat there in 4th place. Chelsea have only won one of their last 4, still sat there in 5th place. So a lot of these teams at the top can go on these little runs of bad form, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, and still be right in amongst it. That's why it's wide open at that end at the moment. Like,
I watched Leeds v Sunderland. I don't want to keep banging on it because we're banging on about the same thing. Leeds Sunderland was my commentary game on Tuesday. It was fucking unbearable. It was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. And the worst thing that happened in the Premier League is that it goes 0-1. 0-1 is the worst score in the Premier League because that's the end of the game in terms of any kind of entertainment. Sunderland cheated and cheated and cheated and cheated. And I know I was talking a little bit more emotionally because it was Sunderland, but for every ball in the penalty area, a Sunderland player just lay down and stopped the game, and they took turns in doing it. Luke O'Nien, I saw in the first half, right? He goes to ground and he tackles someone. He's a fucking lunatic, by the way. He needs medical help. Like, he goes to ground, and then he was like flapping around like a fish out of the water, trying to throw his head towards where the Leeds player's legs were, and he didn't manage it. And then he did it again, and I even mentioned it on the commentary. I was like, I've no idea what he's doing there. And then in the 93rd minute, Willie Nonto goes past him. He goes to ground, throws his head, manages to head Willie Nonto's thigh, and then just lies down for 5 minutes and gets a free kick. So that was what he was. What sort of technique or tactic is that? I'm going to try and bump my head into the lower half of one of these opposition. And he had 3 goals at it and then pulled it off in the 93rd minute and wasted 90 seconds. It was fucking madness.
That one in the Newcastle game where Dan Burn and Luke Shaw come together, the referee doesn't give a foul. He lets the player carry on, and then he looks back and sees Shaw's on his head, on his floor, clutching his head. So he stops it and points to his head to say he's got a head injury. I'm stopping it. And then to restart it, he doesn't give the ball back to us. He goes and gives them a free kick. But he hadn't blown for a free kick. There wasn't a free kick. There was never a free kick.
He was getting on my tit end the other night. And then there was 2 frankly hilarious results. Wolves v Liverpool was fucking great. Really thoroughly enjoyed that. Like the end of that game kind of convinced you that it was quite an exciting game. But Wolves actually took the lead with their very first shot. Not even their first shot on target. Their first shot on 78 minutes? It was absolutely shite before then. Then Liverpool equalised. Then Wolves scored the big deflection. Loved it. And Crystal Palace was equally as funny because, like I say, as a nation, we have now united behind Tottenham getting relegated. So that was that. I'd look at Tottenham to get relegated and now 15-8 plus 187. They are a shorter price than Forest and slightly bigger than West Ham. They've got some tricky fixtures as well. I'm not going to go through them. But if you look at Tottenham
next, haven't they? Anfield next.
Not great for Tottenham at all. So that's the end of the eye catchers, Baz.
Because in making my notes for this show, I started looking at the next round of Premier League fixtures. I've already handicapped Burnley v Bournemouth and then realised it was an FA Cup weekend. So there you go.
Yeah, well, what's the pick in that? We get on nice and early?
No, I'm not.
You're not telling me?
Can't spoil it. It might change by then, mightn't it?
Right. We will. Wolves to stay up. I had a look at that. The 1.014. What's that? Fucking canny price, isn't it? 125 to. Hey?
It's about 1.8, isn't it? What was? I don't know what you're saying, Malcolm.
No, I looked. I'm going to look at it again. Hang on a minute. This
just look at proper odds.
What?
20-1. Connor's saying.
Connor's saying 21. Okay. By the way, I found the baseball pick over 8.5. Mexico v Team GB. Mexico could absolutely put us to the sword. Equally, I think we might join in. You might get something like a 7-4 Mexico or something. Yeah, that's a 6 o'clock kick-off tonight. So double park, Armenia Bielefeld v Schalke and Mexico Team GB. We'll double them up as cross-sport double. Who doesn't like a cross-sport double? Speaking of which, Cheltenham next week. I'm going to do a Cheltenham preview with Pete's picks. I haven't told you this, Baz. This is news to you. Monday lunchtime, me and Pete will be here running through Cheltenham. As a little bonus as well. So if you want to go on the ponies, that's the place to be next week. Underdog has got you. Have I read this out? I don't think I have.
I don't think you have, no.
No, right, okay. Underdog has got you covered for picking almost every sport. They've just increased their payouts. 2 pick entries pay 3.5 times. 3 pick entries pay 6.5 times. Brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get 75 in bonus funds. Sign up code is SGPN. And we're brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. You get the best prices with Novig. Download the Novig app. $50 when you spend $5. The promo code is SGPN. Getting on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Right, picks time. FA Cup 5th round.
Have we taken 35 minutes already to get
I know, Baz. We were supposed to be doing this quickly. So there is a game tonight, which we're not going to go into in too much depth because people won't have that much time to consume it. But it is a game we've just talked about. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers against Liverpool. I won't have a bet in this unless me Team GB and Armenia Bellafield double comes in. I think the thing to do here, Baz, is just sit and hope and enjoy Wolves winning again would be great. Anything?
Yeah, I did do this because I thought we were picking all 8 games, and then I messaged you after I'd done 5 of them, and you said, we're picking all the games, and you said, I'm a fuck. So Malcolm was a bit lazy today. I was going fully out, so a little bit of a change in the roles there because it's normally the other way around. So I did get to 5 games and then stop at that point. As soon as you told me
you
I
see,
did
you
not have to do all 8 games, that was it.
It's not a fucking challenge to stop.
However, I didn't get home till late last night, and then I'm trying to work this morning. So
fuck off.
I did cover the Wolves-Liverpool game.
Right, get on with it then.
I think Wolves, obviously, the great result through the week, and it does seem a little bit like since they became resigned to their fate, they've started playing a bit better. There's no doubt they're going down. There's no pressure on them anymore. And the fans are behind them. Early in the season when you're losing game after game after game, like the fans, it gets horrible, doesn't it? The atmosphere becomes horrible. Now you watch Wolves and the fans are behind them all the time because the fans know they're going down. Relegation's assumed. And they just seem a bit more united. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Wolves being spoilers again a few times over the rest of this season. Whether it's here or not sure. Obviously, Liverpool had looked to turn the corner before this one. They'd won 4 in a row before that. But there were enough concerning signs for Liverpool. They're comfortable winners over West Ham, but they still conceded 2 there. They made really hard work of Forest and Sunderland in 1-0 victories. I've just looked at the recent head-to-heads. Liverpool won 2-1 at Anfield. Wolves won 2-1 at Molineux. I'm going to go for a similar outcome here. Which way it goes, I don't know. But both teams to score over 2.5 is what I want. It's just a case of going back to the head-to-heads this year, 2-1 either way. So both teams to score over 2.5 will be my pick at evens.
A few of these are a bit funny. Team news always in the cup games. We always mention the team news angle. And obviously it's a big week of Champions League. So Liverpool will play Galatasaray away, I think. Manchester City are at Real Madrid. We're at home to Barcelona. So that angle is always live. Tomorrow, I didn't look at this game, Baz. You've got Mansfield, Arsenal.
I have got Mansfield, Arsenal.
Go for it. I couldn't be fucking bothered looking at Arsenal. They weren't worthy of my attention. They can bore off.
Well, I've got a pick, and I don't mind it, to be honest. Also, obviously, Arsenal in good form, extended their unbeaten run to 10 games. That 1-0 win the other day. No doubt the priority number 1 for them. But I think they'll be looking at it at the moment with potential for multiple trophies this year, still in all 4 competitions. And let's be honest, Arteta needs a trophy. So if they do blow it in the Premier League, then he'll definitely want a backup option. Seems unlikely Mansfield are going to be the ones to spoil the party here. They come into it in horrible form as well. Other than the win over Burnley in the last round, it's been bleak for them recently in the league. They're no win in 9 league games now for Mansfield, which sees them down in 16th at a right drop-off. And there's some recent comparisons. Arsenal faced Wigan in the last round. Wigan sit just 4 points behind Mansfield, so fitting around the sort of bottom half of the same division as Mansfield. Arsenal were 4-0 up inside 30 minutes in that one, and that was that. Similar outcome in the previous round. Arsenal played Portsmouth, 4-1 win there as well. And I think Arsenal just make similar easy work of this. Even with a bit of rotation, Arsenal, you look at the bench the other day for Arsenal, they've got Jesus, Trossard, Madueke, Havertz. Those are the sort of players they'll be rotating in if they've got an eye on the Champions League next week. I think they'll get through here easy enough. Arsenal team total over 3.5 at 11-10 is going to be the pick.
When I played in goal for the Crown and Anchor, the other goalkeeper in the squad was a Mansfield Town fan. And so I've never liked them ever since. That's my reason for not liking Mansfield Town. I've got absolutely nothing on this game. Arsenal to win both teams to score no, with the over 2.5 for Joe. That's about it. Next game is tea time. They fucking mangled this schedule. 5:45 on Saturday. So 1:45 Eastern time is Wrexham against Chelsea. Wrexham are 21-4 plus 425. The draw's 4-1. Chelsea are 21-50 minus 238. Just in time for resident Wrexham fan Andy Williams to join us. I messaged Andy this morning just to get an angle in, maybe if he knew anything I didn't. He told me George Dobson was injured and he'd be a big miss. Fuck it, we'll have to take his word for it on that. And he just fancy Wrexham to get something. Wrexham beat Ipswich 1-0 in the last round. They beat Forest on penalties after a 3-3 draw in the third round. Played well in the Championship. 3 wins in a row, 6th place. Now, the goals angle here just couldn't get away from it. They've scored in 17 of 18 at home. They failed to keep a clean sheet at home in 15 of 18 and 9 in a row. Chelsea, both teams to score 7 in a row. Over 2.5 goals in 6 of those. It just screams goals. It's the tea time kickoff. It's going to be lively. The Chelsea team total is really short at 2-5. The over 2.5 goals is short at 1-2. Both teams to score is a feasible price, 7-10, minus 142. But I was just happy to bundle it all together like we always do. The both teams to score over 2.5 in what looks like a ding-dong do is 19-20, minus 105, Barry.
Yeah, I agree with you on goals. I've got a different way around it. Obviously, a good win for Chelsea this week. Comfortable over Villa. Coming after a bit of a wobble. 3 games without a win before that. They did have an easy ride against Hull in the last round. 4-0 win in that one. But that was their only clean sheet in the last 10 games for Chelsea. Chelsea always going to concede a goal. And they've conceded goals against a few of the lesser sides in the Premier League. Burnley got a goal, should have had more. Wolves got a goal against them. Leeds and West Ham got 2 goals against them. And I just think that's got to be the angle in here, because I always like Wrexham for goals anyway. Last time Wrexham come up against Premier League opposition was Forest, finished out 3-3. I think Chelsea will edge it, but I think there'll be goals either side. So I've gone for Chelsea to win, but tagged on to both teams to score. So it's 7-4 for Chelsea to win with both teams to score.
Nice. Well, the angle last time, so they beat Hull 4-0, didn't they, Chelsea? And
they should have conceded there.
100%.
Absolutely, tons of goals.
Because the previous round, they went and won 5-1 at Charlton. So they're identical games. They're away Championship teams. 5-1. 4-0's an unlucky loser. You can see a similar thing. Wrexham team total for Joe. Andy thinks cards a little bit. Hato or Cucurella. So the Chelsea left back, whoever that is, Smudger wants it round about 3-1. So there you go. Oh, by the way, Callum's here as well, squad number 9. Forgot to say hello to you earlier on. Saturday night, 8 o'clock, kick-off, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Newcastle United take on Manchester City. Newcastle are 23-10 plus 230. 29-10 plus 290. The draw, 21-20 plus 105. I didn't handicap this properly. This was my 30-second handicap, because we're going to fucking have this lot tomorrow night. We are absolutely having them. It's another horrible spot midweek. They were knackered, 45 minutes with 10 men. Barcelona Tuesday. But this team and the manager are absolutely magnificent. I refuse to believe they're not winning every match they ever play ever again, apart from Liverpool away, obviously. I'll take Newcastle Baz, and I'll be fucking delighted. And I'll neck the rest of that Baileys once we beat them when I get home. What you got?
Yeah, I was a little bit more cautious. I've wrote down you've got to be very careful and not get carried away after the emotions of Wednesday night. You've gone down the exact opposite route. Because it was just one game, and we've shown many times recently that we do struggle to back it up with another game after another. And particularly against Man City. 3 times we've played them already this season. Since January, in fact, we've played them 3 times, I should say, because we've played them 4 times now, I think, haven't we?
Yeah.
3 times since January and came out on the losing side of it every time. So I couldn't get there in terms of taking Newcastle. The head-to-head for Newcastle against Man City is much better than it is away from home. 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses in the last 6. But that doesn't necessarily give you a steer in any direction. In the end, I got to a really easy pick for me. It's won for me through the week. It's won in 10 straight home games for Newcastle. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Every single week at home for Newcastle, there's 3 2s and 4 3s and 2 1s everywhere. 7 of those last 10 that hit also hit over 3.5. So there's, it's not even like it's been close in a lot of games other than the one through the week. Just always goals. Both teams to score and over 2.5 at 4-5 for me.
I'm just going to rewind back to this Wrexham game because Andy's got his pet lip on because he sent me some facts this morning and I haven't read them out. Look, he's still fucking going. Right, Andy, this is for you. Throw you a bone. Here we go, Baz. Put an interested face on. Chelsea have won the last 24 FA Cup ties against teams from a lower division. Only Manchester United, 30, and Arsenal, 28, have ever had a longer streak. The last time to beat Chelsea from a lower league was Bradford City in 2015 with the manager, John Parkinson. Phil Parkinson, Michael Parkinson off the telly, who is the Wrexham manager. So there you go. You write that down, Baz. You're pretending to write that down. That's beautiful if you are. Oh, he's gone to sleep. Oh, Andy, you've lost him. Fucking hell. Man down. Andy's facts. So going forward as a feature, Andy's facts will not be returning. 12 o'clock. This is what a horrible kickoff time. 12 o'clock on Sunday, 7 a.m. Fulham take on Southampton. Have you done this one, Baz? Because I wasn't looking at this shit.
Yes, I've got this one.
Knock yourself out.
Around it, I'll probably not get to watch this one because there's a big cup game on Sunday, Bingham Town against Southall in the quarterfinals of the Girls' League Cup. So
Southwell.
They call it Southwell.
Yeah,
but if you watch the racing, it's Southall, isn't it? It's Southall racing.
No,
it's a big talking point in Nottinghamshire. A lot of if the people from Southwell want to call it Southwell, everyone else calls it Southall. But yeah, that's who we're playing this weekend in the cup. We've been trying to play them for the last 4 weeks, and they keep crying off because of rain or something like that. So yeah,
tell you what, that all-weather track at Southwell. They used to finish like a 7 furlong handicap, like it was a 3-mile chase at fucking Navan. It was absolutely bottomless. Like they used to finish like they were drunk. The horses on that old service at Southwell before they sorted it out. Anyway, go on, Baz.
Have you given prices out for this one?
I will do. 1 to 2 Fulham. Minus 200, 31 to 10 the draw, plus 310. Southampton are 15 to 4, plus 475.
Yes, I love this. I've got a big one here. Hopefully Connor's still listening because he wanted a bit of positive talk around Southampton. And I think this is the one that looks to have the potential for an upset. I thought Southampton come here in great form. They're unbeaten in 9. Only 1 defeat in their last 11. They've put themselves right back in the playoff hunt, which might be their priority. But I think they will see this as an opportunity against the Fulham side, who you love, who you'll back every week blindly. I'm surprised you haven't picked them here. I just think they're a bit bang average. Like, I think of them in the same way you see Brighton. You know, like some weeks they'll turn up and some weeks they'll win and some weeks they'll lose. But none of it matters. Nobody really cares. They just come and have a lovely time. And then whatever the result is what the result is. And the last 6 league games, 3 wins, 3 losses, that tells you the story. Just split it down the middle somewhere. We'll win a few, we'll lose a few. Sit in the middle of the table, we'll be fine. The pattern that is there is their inability to stop anyone scoring. They've got no clean sheet since December. 13 games without a clean sheet. And that includes conceding goals against championship sides twice in this competition, Middlesbrough and Stoke. Beat them both, but they conceded a goal in both of them. So I think we might see something similar here. Maybe Fulham win, maybe they don't. That doesn't matter to them. They'll just have a good time. But they'll concede either way. So I couldn't have Fulham at this price. Fulham at odds on, it wasn't appealing at all, given the form Southampton are in. So 2 picks. The goals over 2.5 from both teams to score at evens is going to be my main pick. but it's also going to be my first underdog play for me here. I'm going to take both teams to score and Southampton to win. Southampton are going to win this 2-1, 3-1, something like that. 9-1 for Southampton to win with both teams to score.
Okay, now go on, Baz. Nice little teaser there by when you said this is my first underdog play as well, Baz. You've left the door ajar for later. I don't think I didn't notice that.
Well,
so
that's my picks out, so it's my only underdog play.
All right. Sorry. So it was.
Misspoke. Maybe I was going to find one. I was probably going to back somebody to beat Sunderland or something.
Yeah, like Donald Trump, you. Connor reckons Leo
Connor's still on the shitter waiting for that.
What?
Is Connor still having a poo waiting?
Still having a shout, yeah. Whatever he does, all the paper clips have fallen off the desk and there was no one there to pick them up. It's terrible. Leo Cienza to score or assist, whoever that is. So there you go. There's Connor's play. Next up is 1:30 on Sunday. Port Vale. I'd like to say a big hello to Paul Vale, as we always do. Port Vale take on Sunderland. Port Vale are 13-2 plus 650. The draw 7-2 plus 350. Sunderland 21-50 minus 238. This was a 10-second handicap. If this doesn't finish 1-0 to someone, I don't fucking know what. Port Vale at bottom of League One, 8 points adrift, completely goosed on the way down. Best kit in the league, by the way, if you get a chance to watch any of this. Best home kit in the league, Port Vale. Instinct immediately said unders. Port Vale beat Bristol City on Wednesday night, by the way. I don't know what happened to that cup tie. They just sneaked it in on Wednesday without telling anyone. Port Vale beat Bristol City 1-0 on Wednesday. They beat Fleetwood 1-0 in round 3. Sunderland beat Everton on penalties 1-1 after a 1-1. And then won 1-0 in Oxford. So how we 1-0 to someone. I watched Sunderland win 1-0 on Tuesday night. So we've already gone over that. 3 in a row in the league for Port Vale. Unders. Sunderland shite. Under 2.5 goals. 9-10. Minus 111. Sunderland will win 1-0 with a penalty or some similar kind of bollocks. Next game is 4:30, which is Leeds against Norwich. Leeds are 11-25, minus 227. 7-2 the draw plus 350. Norwich is 6-1. This was the one for me, Baz, that had the whiff of an upset about it. Leeds sneaked past Birmingham on penalties last time. And the form suddenly looks a little bit average. And they're definitely still in relegation trouble as well. 3 in a row under 2.5 goals for them. They haven't scored in back-to-back home games. Norwich beat West Brom 3-1 in the last round. That was the bet of the round, if we remember last time. Got absolutely pummeled as well on the lines. They beat Walsall 5-1 in the third round. And they're still winning in the league. They've won 9 and lost 4 of the last 13 games. They've won 2 in a row with a clean sheet. In fact, the last 4 wins have all come with a clean sheet. They're a massive price here. 6-1 if you fancy the dog. But Norwich plus 1 is 15-13 plus 115. So with a 1-goal defeat, which I think is the bare minimum we can expect. Can't say Leeds running up a sequence against this lot. So take Norwich plus 1, but I don't mind him as a dog. It's 6-1 for me. Danny's joined us. Danny Alrit. Any thoughts on Leeds Norwich, Baz, or do you want me to finish off with West Ham Brentford?
You can crack on and finish out.
Is that meeting started yet, Baz?
No, I've pushed it back to half one.
Oh, what a guy. Right, final game, 7:30 on Monday night, 2:30 Eastern Time, a game which I predict absolutely no one will be watching. West Ham United's take on Brentford, 21-10, plus 210 West Ham, 12-5, plus 240. The draw, Brentford 5-4, plus 125. Now, purely on form, I thought the prices were a bit wrong here. West Ham doubled the price of Brentford. This one very much depends on team news. West Ham are fighting for their lives to try and stay up. They have Manchester City on Saturday. Brentford get a full week off because they don't play till the following Monday. They're at home to Wolves in a week's time. So that might have a little influence on it. That muddied it a little bit for me because I was leaning towards West Ham, really, playing well at home. But, so West Ham had that 5-2 against Liverpool didn't they, 2 games ago? The game I famously took the under. But that's the outlier because everything around it's been under. I was fucking right. 4 of the last 5 have been under 2.5. Similarly, Brentford had a 4-3 on the same afternoon, 7-goal thriller. That's also the outlier. 6 of their last 8 have gone under 2.5. I don't think either team will give a shit about this. This is going to be a complete bollocks 0-0 draw. So the under 2.5 is plus money. It's 11-10, plus 110. But I'm going to throw out the 0-0 draw, 12-1 as well, Baz. Yeah, that's the correct score play of the week. And Barry, I think we've done it. 55 minutes. Far too long. Go on then, what you got?
I've got a bonus pick. This is a bit of a random
bonus
one.
Bonus
you
pick.
Throw out
bonus
random pick. MLB, but not even MLB. World
WPC, Baz, if you want to use the jargon.
You can throw out that shade. I've got a League 2 pick that I absolutely love.
Ooh,
a lovely price. At a lovely price. League 2, right? You've got Bromley at the top of the table, 5 points clear of Cambridge. They are flying. Bromley haven't lost a game of football since the 29th of November. That's a long time ago. They play a lot of midweek games as well. And that's 17 games Bromley haven't lost for. They're playing Grimsby, who are minging around in 8th place or something like that. Bromley 23-10 looks a massive price, but you can get them draw no bet for a team that hasn't lost for 4 months. Draw no bet plus money 11-8. I think that's probably the best way to play it. Grimsby have lost enough on the road and lost enough at home to say teams can go there. And Bromley's away form. They've won 6 of the last 8. So loads of reasons to get on that. Get in amongst it. Bromley 23-10 or the safe play 11-8 for them draw no bet.
You have 100% mushed Bromley's 17-match winning record there, Baz. You fucking done it. Well played. We'll talk about that.
Could be the Arsenal for the week as well, though. You never know.
It absolutely could be. I quite like Grimsby's coach. I like how they play, but they are a little bit flaky. They're very beatable. Like they obviously turned over Manchester United earlier in the season, which was good. Well, I think we can crack on. Baz, you can have your meeting. I think I'm gonna have a toasty.
Toasty.
Yeah.
I've not long had a bacon sandwich. I'll be skipping lunch. I think I've got some steak for tea. Before I come home yesterday from Newcastle, I went to the butcher's up there and I come back with about 15 kilos of meat. I've got chicken, pork, beef, a whole fillet, massive big fillet of beef to chop up into steaks. I've got some sirloin steak.
What butcher? Where did you go?
Place up in Seaton Delaval, Dolly's Meat Market. And I've also been to, in fact, actually the steak might be tomorrow. I also went, there's a halal ethnic butcher on Chilly Road. Does beautiful chicken tikka, lovely marinated chicken tikka. And they do the homemade naans, like fresh out the tandoor in there as well. So I went there, bought 4 naan breads, 2 kilos of chicken tikka, and a big bunch of coriander. What more do you need?
No, absolutely nothing.
Might be a chicken tikka naan.
I'm getting one of them tonight, Baz. You've absolutely turned me on. I've got that game at 5:30, so it finishes at 7:30. And then I'll encourage the family into going and spunking 35 quid at the local kebab shop. If
you're ever going down Chilly Road, pop into the halal meat store. Their chicken tikka is amazing.
Right, okay.
Really spot on.
Good knowledge. Right, let's go away. Reckon we might be back on Sunday night probably for the Champions League, innit? Oh, it's never ended, Baz. Right, thanks. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Unlocked a new time, didn't we? Good luck with your bets, and we will see you all down the road. Cheers.